At this time of year also, the farmer had to make provisions for heat in the home for the winter. The turf was cut in the month of May. First, the bank was cleaned, which meant removing the waste surface from the bank until the better quality turf was bared. The waste was dumped into the bog hole left from last year's cut, raising the level to that of the low bank where the turf would be spread. Then the cutting started with a slaynesman and 2 barrowmen. If the spreading area was very long, a 3rd barrowman would be used for the first couple of days. At tea time, men and women would gather to one man's bank for a chat and a few jokes to break the monotony of the day. Although the work was hard, everybody looked forward to going to the bog.
How are you, men? How are things? I never saw you, but you were eating or lying down or something. How do you get the work done? How do you get the work done at all?
Don't know, but if you were here since 8 o'clock this morning, you'd be hungry. After your dinner, coming down. Yeah.
Well, I had 2 good hours sleep after the dinner, Paddy. Any working man should have it.
You know, you're only going to clean the bank, yeah.
By the way, Paddy, that spade I gave you last week, you wouldn't have it for me, would you?
We've no spade at all belong to you.
Well,
I've our own spade. Thanks.
John Joe, didn't you tell me that he got a spade last week? Did he or did he not?
I don't know what he did or not.
I'm not invented some sort of a machine that... You got your feet in them well. It's pure slavery.
Big here, you know, that will take a lot of brown bread to fill them. Have a drop. I won't take one, yeah. I did drink it up there, my John Joe. That will only after the dinner. We had 2 dinners. You haven't one here, haven't you? Yeah, but we'll walk late tonight.
The May bush was a very old tradition. On May Eve, every household would erect a whitethorn bush and decorate it with eggshells. The children would then dance around singing their May bush song.
Began to cry. Oh, father, son stepped out and said, oh, never mind, my dears. I'll send my little Mary foot and dry your falling tears. One fairy came in violet and one more in indigo.
As the weather got warmer, it was time to relieve the sheep of their coats. The shearing was another big event, with many of the neighbours gathering to lend a hand. The fleeces were then packed into the wool pack, and the sheep were again branded. The wool was then sold. This was the first main source of income of the year for the farmer.
I don't know what was. Fourth or taller. Small drop now and too much relation is so. That's going on. Thank you.
So am I, and so is the sheep. More importantly. Get out,
Oh. I will roll up along the way. Yeah, you two roll it and I'll. You do the ground. Will I go to you?
I get outside
here.
there.
No. Up along now. No.
Okay, two in.
Let me jump here.
The tinsmith was always a welcome visitor, as there was usually something to be repaired or a bucket to be made. It was easier to sow turnips than other crops, because the turnip machine could be used and the donkey would come into play again. The local well, or village pump, was the source of water for the spraying of the potatoes to prevent the dreaded blight. The turnips had to be thinned, which meant leaving them approximately 10 inches apart. When the turf had become reasonably solid, it was footed into a better drying position. 7 or 8 sods were placed in a stack and then left to dry.